Hola, estudiante. Today's lesson is on objetos directos, direct objects, and direct object pronouns. First, we need to identify ¿qué es un objeto directo? Well, direct object is just another part of speech. You have subjects, verbs, prepositions, and you also have direct objects. The function of a direct object is to directly receive the action. Directly, it's who or what receives the action of the verb. So, un objeto directo contesta quién o qué después del verbo. That's an easy way to identify it in our sentence. So we can ask ourselves subject verb who or subject verb what, and the answer to that question is our objeto directo. For example, yo quiero una cerveza. I want a beer. It's always important that you're reading for comprehension and translating your Spanish sentences. I want what? Yo quiero qué? Your answer to that question is your objeto directo, una cerveza. So una cerveza, a beer, es el objeto directo, the direct object. Let's see if you can identify the direct object in these examples. Siempre tomo el café por la mañana. I always drink coffee in the morning. I always drink what? El café. That's our objeto directo. Mi restaurante favorito sirve tacos excelentes. My favorite restaurant serves what? Tacos excelentes. ¿Asistes a tu clase favorita hoy? Are you attending your favorite class today? Are you attending what? Tu clase favorita. ¿Ves aquel hombre guapo? Do you see that good-looking guy? Do you see who? Aquel hombre guapo. So these are your objetos directos, your direct objects. Now we also have something called direct object pronouns. And as you know from Spanish 1, a pronoun is just a smaller word that takes the place of a noun. So we learned in Spanish 1 subject pronouns. So we learned that instead of Maria habla español, we can say ella habla español. That's a subject pronoun. But these are direct object pronouns, and so they're a little different. But basically, they're a small word that takes the place of a noun. Usamos los pronombres del objeto directo para evitar redundancia y repetición. So we use direct object pronouns to replace the direct object in order to avoid redundancy and repetition. You need to know what the DOPs are, the direct object pronouns. So if it says use the direct object pronoun, then you need to automatically have these words come to mind. Me, te, lo, la, nos, los, las. So know that direct object pronouns are me, te, lo, la, nos, los, las. Be able to recite those just like I did. And then you also need to be able to know what those mean. So you need to know that me is me, te is you, lo is him or it masculine, la, her, or it feminine. Nos means us, and los and las mean them. When we use a direct object pronoun in a sentence, it doesn't go in the same place where the direct object was. So we have special rules for placement. The first rule is that it goes before the conjugated verb, antes del verbo conjugado. Example, yo quiero una cerveza. Yo la quiero. I want what? Una cerveza. We replace una cerveza with la, and it goes before the conjugated verb. When we have two verbs in a sentence, one is conjugated and one is the infinitive form. Remember that infinitive just means A-R-E-R-I-R. When we have an infinitive, we can attach the direct object pronoun to the end of the infinitive. Yo quiero tomarla. Número 3, when we have affirmative commands, so we're commanding someone to do something. If you're not sure what commands are, then you should watch the video on mandatos formales, formal commands. Tome usted una cerveza. Tómela. Drink it. And when you have a negative command, when you're telling someone don't do something, then it goes before the verb. No tome usted una cerveza. No la tome usted. So these are the placement rules. Let's rewrite these sentences using direct object pronouns. José usa la computadora. Our primer paso es identificar el objeto directo. The first thing we want to do is identify the direct object. José uses what? La computadora. Paso 2 es reemplazar, replace el objeto directo con un pronombre del objeto directo. Remember when we're talking about direct object pronouns, we're talking about me, te, lo, la, nos, los, las. So we're going to replace la computadora with me, te, lo, la, nos, los, las. We're going to replace it with la. And then tercer paso es poner el DOP en la oración. So where does the DOP go? We have a conjugated verb, so it goes before the conjugated verb. José la usa. José uses it. Here's some other examples. If you want to pause and see if you can do these on your own and then double check when I go through it, that's a good idea. Uno, ustedes necesitan limpiar el cuarto. You need to clean your room. You need to clean what? El objeto directo es el cuarto, your room. We're going to replace el cuarto with our DOP, which is me, te, lo, la, nos, los, las. And for el cuarto, we use lo. And then we put it in a sentence. So it's ustedes lo necesitan limpiar or ustedes necesitan limpiarlo. You have two options because you have two verbs. So we can always put it before the conjugated verb, but we can also attach it to the end of an infinitive, an AR, ER, IR. Número 2, Tomás bebe los refrescos. First, identify the direct object. Tomás drinks what? Los refrescos. Second step is to replace los refrescos with me, te, lo, la, nos, los, las, your DOP, which would be los. And then when we put it in our sentence, where's it going to go? It goes before the conjugated verb, so Tomás los bebe. Tomás drinks them. Número 3, haces las enchiladas. You're making enchiladas. You're making what? Enchiladas. You're making them. Instead of las enchiladas, we use las. And then when we put it in our sentence, it goes before the conjugated verb. Las haces. You make them. And here's one more practice. Yo abro la puerta. I open what? La puerta, the door. We replace la puerta with la. And then it goes before the conjugated verb. Your conjugated verb is abro, so yo la abro. I open it. On this page, we have some translations. Número 1, he washes them. Él los lava. I clean it, and by it, I'm referring to mi cuarto, my room. Lo limpio. The yo, the I, is implied with our verb conjugation, but you can always clarify by putting yo lo limpio. That's correct also. They are going to order it, and by it, I'm meaning la comida, the food. So la van a pedir or van a pedirla. We have two verbs, going to do something, going to order. This is conjugated, so it can go before the conjugated verb, but pedir is the infinitive form, the AR, ER, IR form, so we can attach it to the end, pedirla. And once again, if you want to include the subject pronoun, you could say ellos la van a pedir. Ellos van a pedirla. And either one of these is correct. It's your choice. And número 4, he wants to play them. Then are los videojuegos, video games. So, él los quiere jugar or él quiere jugarlos. Dos opciones porque tenemos dos verbos. Okay. And then I'm going to lead you through one more practice activity. The first practice activity is on, you can find it by Googling Puntos de Partida 8th edition. You want to select the link that says highered.mh education, blah, blah, blah. And then you'll select Capítulo 6 and then Gramática 18. And the other practice activity that I'm going to show you is on the conjuguemos.com website, which is a great resource for you to use. Both of these are very good resources for you to use this semester. Go to conjuguemos.com, you're going to select Spanish grammar, and you can practice with numbers 41 and 42. The Puntos de Partida 8th edition page that I was telling you about, you might want to pause this and try and answer the questions on your own, and then play it when you're ready for my feedback. So, número 1 y 2. ¿Comes langosta con frecuencia? Sí, como mucho. Do you eat lobster often? Yes, I eat a lot. We're missing a word there. Yes, I eat it a lot. And by it, we're referring to langosta, lobster. So the words for it are lo and la, and we're going to choose la because it's langosta. Dos says, ¿vas a pedir el postre? Are you going to order dessert? Sí, voy a pedir ahora. Yes, I'm going to order now. I'm going to order it now. And by it, we're referring to what? El postre. So for el postre, we use lo. Okay, números 3 y 4. ¿Cómo se sirve la ensalada? Servimos con tomate, pimiento y zanahoria. How is the salad served? We serve it with tomatoes, pimiento y zanahoria. So we serve it, and we're talking about la ensalada, so la servimos. 4. Traigo el pollo para la barbacoa. ¿Dónde pongo? I'm bringing chicken for the barbecue. Where do I put it is our missing word. So it is referring to el pollo, so we use lo. ¿Dónde lo pongo? For 5 y 6, ¿tú pagas la cena? Sí, pago. Are you paying for dinner? Yes, I'm paying for it. It referring to la cena, so we use la. ¿Pides el bistec? Sí, pido. Are you ordering steak? Yes, I'm ordering it. And so the word for it is lo, because it's el bistec. And then the last two, 7 y 8. Adiós, Berta y Fernando. Veo mañana. Goodbye, Berta y Fernando. I see tomorrow. I see you all. I will see you all tomorrow. And so for you all, we're going to use los or las. Which one are we going to choose? We have Berta, who's a girl, and Fernando, who's a guy. So we have mixed gender. So when we have mixed gender, we always choose the masculine, los. El número 8 dice, Amelia va a traer el vino. ¿Cuándo va a traer blank? Amelia is going to bring the wine. When is she going to bring it? It referring to el vino, so the answer is lo. I hope you understand this. Then the other activity in Conjuguemos website, this is your Conjuguemos website. You're going to select Spanish grammar, which will bring you to this page. And then you'll do numbers 41 and 42. And so 41 is just like the activity that we did. Answer each question by writing the appropriate direct object pronoun, me, te, lo, la, nos, los, las. And so you're going to go through this activity, and once you type in your correct answers, you can check it and get immediate feedback. So this is a good way to see if you are on the right track. If you're struggling with this concept and you need more assistance, please send me an email. Adios!